what's up, boys and girls? This is Jiujitsuboy back with another body measure update video. This will be update number 3, and as usual I want to give you my insight of the last week of workouts, also record my current body measures, body fat percentage, my calorie intake, any slight difference in my nutrition, and finally the loads that I used last week. So let's start with the review. Regarding to my review of the last week of training, I have to tell you that this week was harder than the last week. Even though the exercise, the sets, the reps are the same, the key factors that play here are the two factors I told you in the last video, which are intensity and time under tension. Regarding to intensity, each week I'm striving to increase the weight that I'm using on regular sets and trying to keep the same amount of reps, which is kind of tricky thing here. You see, the program suggests you that you can lower the number of reps while you're increasing the amount of weight each week, but I'm trying to keep the same reps, so my time under tension are longer, and also pushing my body beyond my limit. So in that way I'm striving to get me stronger each week, and until now I am achieved. So this week I increased 5 pounds more the weight on regular sets, and on the other hand, which makes this week tougher than last week, was the 10 seconds of extra time we add to the SSTS sets. So if you remember, SSTS sets are those sets where you don't count the number of reps you do, you only count the time you are on the set. So last week we were talking about 50 seconds of exercise. Now this week we add 10 seconds more, insanely 1 minute of work. That's a lot of time. I swear all this week a lot. Seconds are equal on an average to 2 to 4 reps more in each set, and if you think that in 50 seconds you are on average making 10 to 30 reps, and you want to add it to that 4 or 5 reps more, that's going to be hell. Yeah. The important thing here is that even that if I add 10 seconds more, I have to use the same weight that I've been using for the last week and the week before. So that's make things very, very hard. This week was very, very intense. I feel my muscle very, very big, very full of blood. The pump was incredible, and that's a perfect sign that things are going well. So I think that in that way, while increasing the intensity of the work and increase the time under tension, I expect that this week when I record my measures, I see some kind of improvement. So let's go with that part for this moment. As I mentioned before, almost all the days I add 5 pounds. The only difference was the 4th day that I managed to add 10 pounds more. Important thing that you have in mind when you are increasing your weight is that you can probably handle that weight. You see, if you're increasing your weight and you're making crappy move or shorten the range of motion of the move, you're doing nothing, man. You're screwing it up. So I saw many people, for example, when they're doing bench press, that is the favorite exercise for guys. They grab the bar here, and when the weight is very heavy, they only go here. That's half the way, man. You see, the perfect range of motion for your chest is when it's fully contracted in this way and fully lengthened in this way. You see, the antagonist muscle is completely contract here and completely straight here. So, if you're going to increase your weight, you have to guarantee that your form is in a correct way. So, if you're not doing that, lift the weight that you have and you can manage. If you're doing this, you're not doing shit, man. That's bullshit, man. That's waste of time. I'm sick and tired of seeing people doing that. Even when they're doing biceps, they're going like this, they're going this, only this. I don't know what the hell they're doing there. What the hell they think that they are doing. So it's important to use heavy weights, but weight that you can handle. That's the part of the wisely of my motto. Wisely choose the weights that you're going to be using. You see, weight helps you generate tension on your muscles. But if you go further the weight that you can handle, the tension is going to be put somewhere else, because you're going to be using muscles bigger than the muscle that you're using to help you move the weight. So that's not the idea here. So think the next time you're lifting, leave your ego outside the gym and choose a weight that you can manage well. This week I increased my calorie intakes 215 calories more. There's nothing else different on my nutrition this week. This week was not deception. As you can see, my body measures indicate that I gained a little inches in many of my body parts, and I managed to reduce a little bit on my fat percentage this week too. Okay, just now for ending, I want to tell you that I'm very happy with the results that I'm getting from this hard work of the last couple of weeks. So even though those were very hard, I'm enjoying it, and that's something that I think many people that go to the gym are not used to it. They go to the gym because they have to do it, because society in some way push them to go to the gym, but that's stupid, man. If you go to the gym, you have to like it. And as me, every time I go to the gym, I give 110%. I left nothing in the tank. So every time I left the gym, I almost crawling to walk to my home. So that's my way to push my limits. So I encourage you to do the same. Try to reach beyond your limits, which you have a threshold, but you have to push a little beyond the threshold each week. Not too much, because if you do it too much in a great way, you're going to hurt you. But each week you have to strive to push a little more. So in that way, you're going to never hit a plateau, and you're going to see very, very nice results. So that will be all for now. I hope you like it, and I encourage you to remember my motto every time you hit the gym. Train hard, but do it wisely. So until next time, and until the next body measure update, this is Jiujitsuboy out.